Hello everybody, welcome back to Toadstool Tarot. Robin here, your resident card curmudgeon. And I want to share with you today a deck that I just happened to be lucky enough to get a hold of a copy. This is long out of print. I believe it was published back in 1972 or 73 in Japan. I think it's called the Keishobu Tarot. I may not be pronouncing that right. Came in this box. The graphics on the box have nothing to do with the tarot. This just says it's tarot cards. Not sure what the Japanese text says. Comes within a slipcase with two pockets. One is a booklet, all in Japanese, so I won't even bother to show it to you. The other was a sort of a little wallet that had the deck in two halves, side by side. I've been storing it in a little bag. Cards are pretty much regular tarot card size. I think they're a little narrower than usual. And let me see, I got a tarot card here handy. Standard size. They're a little bit narrower, maybe 1/16 of an inch. And it looks like they're about 1/8 of an inch taller. I love this deck. As a card curmudgeon, I wouldn't be a card curmudgeon if I could find some flaw with it. The only two flaws I find with this deck are the card stock, which is matte and clumpy, making it really hard to shuffle. The other thing is they all have very tiny copyrights on them, but they're so small that they're almost not noticeable. They don't interfere too much. Cardstock is pretty thick. Yeah, I just don't like the cardstock, but, you know, nothing to do about that. Here's the back design. The cards in sort of a pale blue. This deck is an oddity. It's kind of a cross between Tarot de Marseilles and Rider Waite Smith systems, and some sort of nods to the court cards and a regular set of playing cards. Has all those feels to me. Here we have the Fool. And I love the colors in this deck. The colors are sort of red and kind of a tannish gold color, and I don't even know how to describe that blue. Aquamarine, maybe? Anyway, that's the Fool card. Here we have the Magician. These also, besides having a kind of a traditional Marseille look to them, or feel to them, also kind of remind me a little bit of 70s art, like cards like, I don't know, maybe the Aquarian or something. I like that they're kind of zoomed in a little bit to the scenic representations. Here we have the High Priestess, looking very much like the Popess, the Papess that we see in Marseille decks, whereas the Magician was more like the RWS Magician. Here we have the Empress, the Emperor, the Pope, as opposed to the Hierophant. As you can see, it's a little bit of an odd fusion of systems. Here is the Lover, Chariot, and in the number 8 position we have Justice, the Hermit, Wheel of Fortune, number 11 is Force or Strength, the Hanged Man, Death, Temperance, the Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun. I'm loving these cards so much that I wish somebody would reissue them and make them available on a nicer card stock for audiences today. Judgment, the World, and we have the Wands here, Ace of Wands, they have little numbers on each card. The Two of Wands, which we see very much like the RWS, only facing a different direction. He's holding a globe. Here's the number 3. This is my significator card, the Three of Wands. It's an unusual sort of bow-legged pose, though. He looks like he may be peeing into the river. Four of Wands. I love the colors in this, and I love the close-up quality of it. Five of Wands. Here we have that struggle in the 5, RWS, but we only see 2 figures, but it still communicates that kind of awkwardness with the 5 Wands. 6 of Wands. Seven, that defensive stance. 8. 9. 10. 'I can't say enough how much I love these images, this coloring and these drawings. Oh, and in this deck, they refer to the pages as Jack. So we have here the Jack of Batons, the Knight of Batons, Queen, so they're batons rather than wands. King. Then we move on to the cups. Ace. 2. I guess that's supposed to be a lion. It's a little unusual looking. 3. 4. 5. Very sad expression. 6. I'm very happy that this is not a pip deck, although I'm not adverse to using pip decks these days. But I do prefer Scenic cards, and that's what we have with this deck. Has the qualities of a Marseille pip deck with the scenes of RWS. 7 of Cups. 8 of Cups. 9. 10. 'Jack. 'Knight. 'Queen. And King. Then we have swords, the Ace of Swords. 2. 3. 4. This is my favorite card in the deck. It's very different than the usual 4 of Swords depiction we have in the RWS. I love this. It looks to be 2 soldiers in a tent playing chess. And I love that we've got these 3 swords here and another one sort of symbolically reclining. But we also have the reclining chess piece, the contemplation at rest over the situation, the arm resting on the table, the board resting in the background, the horizon in sort of reclining position in the back. The table, even, everything, there are like horizontal bands across this card, all kind of, for me, referring to being at rest. Love that card. Oops. Here we've got the 5. 6. 'Standing in a boat, but nevertheless crossing the river. 7. It's the tent in the background. 8. 9. There are a couple of current Marseille Waite combination decks available, but I don't believe any of them do as good a job as this one. I'm actually surprised that somebody hasn't gotten hold of this and resurrected it, reprinted it. Ace of Coins. I don't know if you can see, there's a little copyright up there. So it's not too noticeable. If I were given a choice, I wouldn't have it there, but in fact, I don't find it on all the cards. I don't think it's on this card. Three of Coins. We have the arch that we usually see in the three. We've got a worker overseen by someone else, sort of a collaboration. Four of Coins. Interesting, in this one, the Four of Coins is a king or a prince, some manner of royalty. The Five, we've got that infirmed couple outside the church window. Six, we've got the Scales, the hands here of charity. I can't tell whether they're giving coins or receiving coins. Seven. Eight, again, a worker toiling, making these coins. 9, the lady and her bird in her garden. 10, Jack. Knight. Queen. And King. I've looked through these a few times. I've tried to flex the cards a little bit. They seem to be getting a little bit more manageable, a little bit less clumpy the more I work with them. I hope that will become the case, that they'll become easier and easier to shuffle. Oops. There's a little spread for you. Try to interpret that one. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this. Good luck finding it. I will see you all again soon.